Hello folks, welcome back to my channel. This video is a bit about my personal journey, a bit of a dilemma I often run through, most of the time mentally, not necessarily in real life, and that is a dilemma around life philosophy really, or ways of life, or the way we see the world. Now, I'm going to give you two extremes just to illustrate the dilemma. The one extreme would be the monk who is sitting in his cave with only one robe and one bowl to eat his rice from. So this guy needs absolutely nothing. He doesn't have any life insurance. He doesn't have any savings account. He doesn't have any retirement plan, absolutely nothing. He lives at the mercy of the community that brings him food on a daily basis, no stock, no storage whatsoever. That's the monk. And I think for most part I have kind of not studied, but had a bit of a view of Buddhist monks, at least the forest monastery type. They live just like that. And I've been following this guy, Ajahn Brahm. He is a British-born Buddhist monk. He left the UK. He went to Cambridge, actually, did a degree, I think, in physics, taught in a school for a few years, and went to Thailand to a Buddhist forest monastery where he graduated, I would say, as a monk, and later became the, I think, founder of the Buddhist Society of Western Australia. And I think he said he's got two robes, just one to hang when he's to wear when he's drying, another one after washing, and one bowl to eat rice from, or food I should say, and nothing else in his name. So he have given up all that privilege or that sort of situation of a UK where he's a teacher and a science teacher for that, just to be a poor monk of sort, and in a very unsecure position, if you ask me. So that's, somebody's recording me. Okay, maybe there's a camera here, but no worries. So the monk is the extreme side, and on the other extreme you have, who can I talk? I think a hustler, a typical American hustler who has, I don't know, 3 jobs in the side hustle, and participating to all sorts of things, very busy social life. I have heard the guys like Elon Musk would work 100+ hours a week, and one of CEO of Yahoo as well was praised to be saying she was working, I think she was a she at that time, 120 hours a week. And for reference, the average week, or the official week hours in the West, is 40 hours. That's 8 hours each day for 5 days, Monday to Friday. So if you work 120, that's 3 weeks in one. I'm not sure exactly how they fit that in their daily day, whether they don't sleep on some of the days, I don't know. But the average American would work 2, 3, 4 jobs, Monday to Sunday, going from one job to another. They also encouraged to hustle, to look for a second income or 7 streams of income, to never be satisfied, and grind. Some of them have got millions and millions of dollars, but they are still worried and still hustling and still working very hard. I could probably say the same of the politics. I can see like a guy, maybe it's epitome of the American dissatisfaction or insatiation of life. When you look at their presidential candidates, they are just very old people who kind of are rich. Donald Trump, I think, is a millionaire. He has been successful in real estate, and he went into, I think, the media for a while, some sort of showbiz. And Donald Trump is still fighting for something about America. He's going through a lot of hell at the moment, but he just doesn't give up or just say, hey, I'm going to retire. I've done enough for myself and my family. And on the other side, Joe Biden, I think, has been senator for life. He's been in politics since he was a kid, I believe. And he should be aware of. His wife has got a PhD in something, could probably get a teaching tenure at one of those colleges in the United States. But he's still grinding and walking like dead, very geriatric and very old and but that's on the extreme where you have to hustle. You cannot be happy with a small house. You have to have a 3, 6, 7 bedrooms. You need a swimming pool. You need a SUV. If you have all of those, you don't stop. You need a boat. If you buy one, not never stop. A private jet is where to go. A Bugatti, one of those fancy cars. It's just grind, never stop. So those are the extreme, but often we are torn between the two. Shall I just relax a bit and say, okay, I have got a house, I have got a small family, I have got a car to drive, I have got enough food to eat, the government's not going to let me sleep on the street even if I didn't have those. Let me just slow a little bit and savor or kind of enjoy what I've got and be thankful. So that's one pull which goes towards the Buddhist side of things. But on the American hustle culture side of things, like, no, you can always make it better. Your house is so small and you never know what could happen in your retirement. Disease could strike. The social welfare could stop. Your children need some inheritance. And you're not even a man if you don't drive an SUV and all that sort of pull. So to be honest, I'm always pulled between the two, and some days I'm busy hustling and planning and writing plans and all these sort of things, but on other days I'm like, let me just have a break. I think I'll be fine. And it's a really hard a hard thing to decide, and that's why actually I often look at the Buddhist philosophy. I think they've got what they call the middle way, which is in between the two extremes. There is some sort of sweet spot, and you can just sit there and relax, but also work in the morning in the work, just not sleeping the whole day, but also not hustling all the way to midnight. So that sweet spot, that middle way, is what I'm trying to aim for, but it's not always easy because there is always a fear that things can go pear-shaped and you are in trouble if you didn't hustle too much. But at the same time, I don't want to hustle too much as well, because often you put some imbalances into your life where maybe you neglect your family, you neglect your health, you neglect your sleep, just trying to make as much money as you can. So that's the part I am talking about, where I'm often conflicted and torn between two extremes. But in a nutshell, I think it's the struggle of everyone. And what has been helping me, as I said, is really the philosophy as such. I think Buddhism has got this sort of a teaching of not wanting it too much and knowing that everything has got an end to it. I think they've got the impermanence of things. So if you've got a job, it might go. If you've got a wife, she might go. If you've got children, they might go. If you've got our health, we might lose it anyway, and we will lose it eventually, ultimately. So that's one thing, but also the sort of not any holistic philosophies, but a bit dark philosophy, I should say. Not the philosophy of optimism, but the philosophy of pessimism, I should say. Stoic, just being tough and being ready for things happening in your life that you never expected. Not always that life will be a happy path. Existentialism, kind of the part where they insist that we should consider our life as temporary, and that we die anyhow. But I have loved Albert Camus, his book, The Myth of Sisyphus. I read it much more often just to get a little bit grounded on the futility of life and the meaninglessness of everything around us and the absurdity that is surrounding us. Okay, folks, that's all I have to say for today. Have a good one.